South Carolina has a little town on the coast where the days move a little slower. The ocean stretches for miles, and the fun isn't forced. That's Myrtle Beach. And unlike your beach towns with a boardwalk and a souvenir shop, Myrtle Beach offers sunrise walks along the Atlantic, classic seaside charm mixed with modern energy, fresh seafood shacks next to live music spots, and enough things to do that 4 days somehow never feel like enough. Whether you're a family, a couple, or a solo traveler, everyone finds their own rhythm. Whether that's golfing at sunrise, riding the SkyWheel at sunset, or staying out way later than planned. So get your sunglasses and flip-flops because we'll break down how to spend 4 perfect days in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Day 1. Beach time, boardwalk lights, and Myrtle Beach classics. Now let's assume that by the time you arrive from the airport and get checked in, it'll already be noon. Since you'll be kinda tired, why not spend the first day at the beach? Since it's pretty much right there. Your first stop is Myrtle Beach State Park, about a 10-minute drive south of the main strip. Driving is easiest, but ride shares are cheap and quick if you don't want to park. Entry is paid, but very reasonable. Expect to spend about 2 to 3 hours here on the quiet beaches, wooden piers stretching into the Atlantic, shady trails, and enough space to actually hear the waves. Walk the pier, dip your feet in the water, maybe grab photos that make people back home suspiciously jealous. Here you can kick back on 3 miles of uncrowded Atlantic beach, hike shaded nature trails through maritime forests, and maybe even spot dolphins or rare shorebirds if you're lucky. The park is also home to Atalaya Castle, the intriguing former winter home of sculptor Anna Hyatt Huntington. And though tours inside the castle may carry a small extra fee, just wandering the grounds gives you a rich taste of history. By mid-afternoon, head north toward the Myrtle Beach Boardwalk, another easy 10-minute drive. Parking garages are nearby, or you can get dropped off right in the action. The boardwalk itself is completely free, and you'll want to give it about 2 hours. The boardwalk is a classic for Myrtle Beach, with arcades buzzing, souvenir shops selling things you definitely don't need but will absolutely consider buying, and street performers doing just enough to make you stop walking. It's lively without being overwhelming, especially in the afternoon. As the sun starts to dip, it's time to ride the wheel. The Myrtle Beach SkyWheel, to be exact. It's right on the boardwalk, so you're already there. Tickets usually run around $15 to $20 for adults, and the ride itself takes about 10 minutes. But plan for around 30 to 45 minutes total with waiting time. This is one of those wow moments. From the top, you'll see the coastline stretch forever, the city lights starting to glow, and the ocean turning that deep evening blue. And for a place surrounded by funnel cakes, it's surprisingly romantic. From there, hop in the car or grab a quick ride share and head to Broadway at the beach, about 10 minutes inland. Parking is free, which already makes this place a winner. You'll easily spend 3 to 4 hours here. Broadway is basically an entertainment overload in the best way. Restaurants, live music, shops, and many attractions. Before calling it a night, definitely consider squeezing in Wonderworks, located right at Broadway at the beach. Tickets usually cost around $33.99 per adult, and you'll want about 90 minutes inside. The upside-down building alone is worth visiting, but inside, it's all interactive science exhibits, illusion rooms, motion rides, and hands-on chaos that's way more fun than it sounds. By the time you step back outside, it's late, the lights are glowing, and you've officially conquered Myrtle Beach Day 1. Day 2. Ripley's Aquarium, Family Kingdom Amusement Park, Medieval Times Dinner, and Tournament. After a good night's rest, it's time to head out before noon on Day 2 in Myrtle Beach. First, make your way over to Ripley's Aquarium of Myrtle Beach at Broadway at the beach. It's about a 10 to 12-minute drive, or a quick Uber or Lyft from most beachfront hotels. A general day pass tickets are typically around $42.99 for adults and $26.99 for children if you book online, and children under 2 are free. However, the prices may vary slightly depending on the season. The aquarium has free parking, which is a small but delightful bonus in a place where parking can be precious. Once inside, you'll stroll through themed galleries, from passing through the dangerous reef tunnel, where sharks and giant rays glide over you, to stopping at touch tanks where curious rays and smaller critters invite you to dip a finger in. Don't worry, it's educational. That's why it's best to spend about 2 to 3 hours here. By mid-afternoon, when your brain has had its fill of fish but your fun meter still says more, hop in a rideshare for a short 5-minute jaunt to Kingdom Amusement Park, a seaside theme park. Admission to stroll around is free, but you'll want to purchase ride tickets or an all-day wristband if you plan to go wild. Individual ride credits are usually available for about $1 each, but most people grab the all-day wristband, which is around $45 per person if you pay the standard price, or as low as $30 per person with the early bird wristband if you arrive during the first hour the park opens. Now mind you, there is a small parking fee of around $9, so factor that into the budget, but it's worth it just for the historic Swamp Fox wooden roller coaster. You've also got go-karts, the Ferris wheel, and midway games. In all fairness, give yourself 3 to 4 hours here because navigating rides, eating carnival food, and selfies is a full-on afternoon adventure. As the sun begins its slow, Malibu-looking dip into the Atlantic, make your way, about a 10 to 15-minute ride, to the Medieval Times Dinner and Tournament Arena. This dinner theater is unlike anything else in town. It has a 2-hour feast and show where you're whisked back to the 11th century, crowned in paper regalia, and tasked with cheering for your knight in a full-on joust and combat spectacle complete with horses, falconry, swordplay, and so much more. General admission for this kind of royal rowdiness typically starts around $70 to $80 for adults, with kids cheaper and VIP seating options available, and your admission includes a 4-course feast served medieval style. Think roasted chicken, garlic bread, sweet corn, potatoes, dessert, and 2 rounds of select non-alcoholic drinks. By the time you're done dishing out cheers and maybe a little too much corn on the cob, the clock will be nearing midnight, and day 2 is a wrap. Day 3, Brookgreen Gardens, Murrells Inlet MarshWalk, Barefoot Landing. You roll out of bed just before noon on day 3, because who doesn't want to sleep in on vacation? And your first stop is Brookgreen Gardens, a nationally significant sculpture garden and wildlife preserve right on the edge of Murrells Inlet. It's about a 30-minute drive from central Myrtle Beach, so you can grab a rental car or Uber to enjoy the scenic shift from boardwalk bustle to moss-draped oaks. General admission is about $25 for adults and $14 for children ages 4 to 12. And your pass is good for 7 consecutive days. So you could literally revisit for a slower morning tomorrow if you fall in love with it. Once you step through the gates, it's easy to spend 2 to 3 hours wandering the winding walkways. Brookgreen is way more than flowers. It's also a vast outdoor museum with over 2,000 American figurative sculptures interspersed among shady live oak alleys, reflecting pools, and quiet marsh vistas. The Low Country Zoo within the gardens lets you meet regional critters like alligators, otters, and birds of prey. And the historical exhibits give a fascinating window into the area's plantation history, too. If you're feeling fancy, they even run guided boat excursions through the creeks. As evening settles in, head a few minutes north into downtown Murrells Inlet for the Murrells Inlet MarshWalk, a scenic half-mile boardwalk hugging the saltwater estuary. Walking this stretch is totally free, and it's one of the best spots in the region for laid-back vibes with live music and glorious views of boats drifting in and out of the inlet. Let the golden hour wash over you as you stroll past iconic seafood joints and bars. After all, this is the seafood capital of South Carolina. To cap the night, drive a few minutes north to Barefoot Landing. That's more than just a shopping center. With its lakeside views, quirky boutiques, and lively atmosphere, it's also completely free, so you can treat yourself to dinner at one of the waterfront restaurants. By midnight, you'll have crossed gardens, beaches, marshes, and boardwalks. All that's left for Day 4 is some shopping. Day 4. Tanger Outlets, Coastal Grand Mall, Grand Park, lunch at Tupelo Honey Cafe, dinner at the Market Common. Think of this day as the retail and relax finale before you head home. You kick things off by heading straight to one of the biggest bargains in town, Tanger Outlets, Myrtle Beach Highway 17. This open-air outlet village opens around 10 a.m., so if you love scoring designer brands at 70% discounts, you can spend 2 to 3 hours wandering between stores like Aerie, J. Crew, Crocs, and more. The outdoor layout makes it feel more like a stroll through a mini town than a mall, and there are casual places to grab coffee or a snack if you need a break between bags and bargains. Once you're done with this shopping spree, head over to Coastal Grand Mall, the Grand Strand's largest indoor mall. Parking is free, and once inside, you'll find over 170 stores ranging from fashion and accessories to books, gadgets, and gifts. The mall also has a food court, casual eateries, arcades, and movie theaters if you need a break from all the browsing. With this many stores, plan to spend about 2 to 3 hours here. That gives you time to shop, have a latte or light lunch, and enjoy the air-conditioned comfort if it's particularly warm outside. By mid-afternoon, you'll want a change of pace and a bit of fresh air before dinner. Take a short drive or a brief ride share to the Market Common. This is Myrtle Beach's upscale lifestyle district built on the site of the old Air Force Base. The Market Common isn't just a shopping center, it's a 114-acre lifestyle center, which is like a whole little town with tree-lined streets, fountains, and parks blended in with boutiques and cafes. For calming vibes and lush green walkways, the Market Common is perfect for walking off your purchases and grabbing a coffee or ice cream. Adjacent to this district is Grand Park, a spacious public green area with walking paths, playgrounds, picnic spots, and open fields. If you don't want to splurge on dinner, planning a family picnic here is a perfect way to unwind with some fresh air. You could easily spend 1.5 to 2 hours exploring this area at your own pace. Around 5 p.m. or so, it's time for a delicious southern lunch turned early dinner at Tupelo Honey's Southern Kitchen and Bar, right in the Market Common. This beloved southern restaurant serves up comfort food with a creative twist. I'm talking about fried chicken with honey butter, shrimp and grits, or pecan-crusted fish, sweet potato pancakes, and smothered chicken and mac. It's all served with a casual vibe, friendly, and unmistakably southern. Expect to stay about 1 to 1.5 hours here. No need to rush a filling, delicious dinner that's full of flavor and helps you recharge for the evening. If you still have some time, strolling through the Market Common at sunset is going to be an experience that's hard to beat. You can stroll around the lively square, pop into any boutiques you missed, or relax by the fountains as the lights come on. By nighttime, you're ready to catch your flight and leave Myrtle Beach and all of the fond memories behind. Hopefully, wishing to come back again. Getting around, stays, and food. Now, a travel itinerary can't be complete if we don't cover hotels, restaurants, and commute. So, first things first, what are some great spots to stay in Myrtle Beach? Because Myrtle Beach is a large, well-developed vacation destination, there are options for every travel style and budget. Some of the standout hotels include the Marriott Myrtle Beach Resort and Spa at Grand Dunes. Marriott is always a safe option, especially if you want a bit of luxury to wrap up your beach days. You get spacious rooms, ocean views, a spa, and easy access to the Grand Dunes Marina and golf courses. It's the kind of place you'll brag about back home without sounding basic. In a nutshell, this is ideal for couples or families who want comfort. But if you're looking for something more budget-friendly, then the Island Vista Resort would be your best pick. Why? 3 reasons. Oceanfront access, pools, and enough amenities that you don't feel like you settled. As an added bonus, you're a short ride from Broadway at the beach or the Myrtle Beach Boardwalk if you want nightlife or shopping. And of course, you can never go wrong with the Hilton Grand Vacations Club Ocean Enclave Myrtle Beach. It's right near the Boardwalk and Boardwalk eateries with suites that include kitchens and balconies. They're perfect for morning coffee with a sea breeze. And speaking of starting your morning right, we can't forget about restaurants. Thankfully, Myrtle Beach is a paradise for food lovers. Myrtle Beach has over 1,700 restaurants and food spots, from seafood to comfort food and even fine dining. Here's some spots you literally can't skip. Blueberry's Grill is an essential if you want to start your day right. And if you've ever been there, you'll swear on their southern breakfast and brunch made up of blueberry hush puppies, local shrimp and grits, and of course chicken and waffles. For laid-back oceanfront vibes, slide over to Riptide's Oceanfront Grill and Rooftop Bar. They have great seafood, burgers, and a rooftop view of the Atlantic. Perfect for Instagram stories. If you're a seafood lover, then you must hit Hook and Barrel, because this place brings fresh, elevated seafood with South Carolina flair. We're talking she crab soup, fish bites and oysters a la Heidi. If you're in the mood to feast, you can go big at Captain George's Seafood Restaurant. Their all-you-can-eat buffet setup features over 70 items and has been a Myrtle Beach staple for generations. For classic Southern soul and comfort food that hits you right in the nostalgia spot, Big Mike's Soul Food delivers home-style goodness. That's fried chicken, collard greens, mac and cheese, and the rest. But if you want a mix of local flavor and laid-back fun, then Land Shark Bar and Grill Myrtle Beach has great seafood, cold drinks, and an oceanfront patio perfect for sunset. For a refined palate, Aspen Grill is a top pick. They have mouth-watering steaks and seafood with a locally sourced twist. And a hidden gem that most people miss is Cafe Old Vienna. It brings Austrian classics into the mix if you want something totally different.
Best time to visit.
By now, the only thing you probably don't know how to do in Myrtle Beach is when to visit this city. Short answer is late April through early June and September through early October. Long answer? That's a bit more complicated. If you want the absolute best time of year, aim for May or early June. The weather is warm, but not melt your flip-flops hot, and the ocean is swimmable. Plus, everything is fully open, but you'll still avoid the tourist chaos of July and August. On top of that, those hotels we talked about earlier, they're more reasonably priced. Restaurants aren't slammed, and you can actually enjoy the beach without playing towel Tetris. September is a very close second best time to visit. The summer crowds head home, kids are back in school, and the water is still warm from months of sunshine. You get all of the perks of May and June with an array of fall events and seafood festivals that are at their peak. Now, if you visit in July or August, expect peak energy. The weather is hot, the town is buzzing, and everything feels like a non-stop party. But crowds are heavy and prices are higher. Great if you love that high-octane summer vibe, less great if you like personal space. Winter, on the other hand, is quiet. Really quiet. Some attractions scale back, but hotel prices drop hard, making it a solid option if you want a peaceful coastal escape and don't mind cooler weather. So like we said, if you want everything to be busy and bustling, aim for July and August. But if you want peace and quiet without running into closed stores, aim for May or September. See, those 4 days were over in a heartbeat. You've walked the shoreline, watched the sunrise over the Atlantic, eaten more seafood than you planned, and gasped at Ripley's stupefying aquarium. Somewhere between the boardwalk lights, quiet beach mornings, and late-night ocean breezes, Myrtle Beach will definitely be something you never forget.